I thought I'd get ripped apart for painting Jesus.
Yeah.
That was when I'm like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Like, let's crucify me now.
Yeah.
And people were really cool about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, go into politics.
People are insane. I mean, everyone just for a moment. A past president of the United States was almost assassinated on live TV.
It was
I don't give a shit if you like him or not.
Right.
A president was almost assassinated everybody should be appalled. Like,
right.
You should be. Let's fucking roll. All right, everybody, welcome back to McBastard Studio. I'm Brad Banyas. You're listening to the Salty MF Goat. Today, we're really excited to have a wonderful, talented artist and muralist, and Erica Arndts is in studio with today. And I mean, I just love her stuff, and I love her story, and she's actually like a beautiful woman. And usually, if you're listening to our show, you're looking at like hairy, disgusting old dudes. So, Erica, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
excited to be here.
Yeah, I was so excited. I felt like I knew you because we had talked.
We had a good conversation.
Yeah, we were deep into the politics and the wokeness at one time.
That's right. That's right. And I'm bummed I did not bring my dog.
Yeah, George.
I know.
George is a wonderful lab, and I even told the crew, I'm like, hey, George is probably going to be in here. George is with Erica every time. And then you showed up. I'm like, well, where's George?
Well, it's probably for the best that I don't, because he can get R. Kelly on people and like pee on people.
Oh,
he
really?
gets really excited. And it's just, with all your equipment, it would not
Kelly.
be advised.
You didn't get that joke. It's true.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Well, I have two. We have two chocolate labs, a male and a female, and I love the females. To me, just have been amazing. Like, and we've had several like female chocolate labs. But it is funny. And the male, though, is like that. He's a marker, like George. And it drives me nuts. It really pisses me off. He's just like peeing everywhere. I'm like, dude, what's up? Let it go.
Does he actually like lift the leg to mark?
Yeah.
Or George, he's like, he gets like this nervous, excited, and just waddles and wiggles around and pees while he's doing it. And he's usually walking over people's feet. And then next thing I know, he's like peed on their shoes. I'm like, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, hey, George does what George, you do you, George.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have such an interesting. I mean, you're after like if I was an artist, I'd want to be like you. You're all over the place. You're painting in nice places, weird places, and you're on the road quite a bit. So I want to understand, like, did you always know you were going to be an artist and muralist? I mean, at what point are you just like, I'm pretty good at this and I want to make money? So how did that happen?
I mean, I was always drawing as a kid, and I knew I was good at it and focused on that, but the typical line was, you can't be a starving artist. You need to do something with your life. And this was I graduated high school in 2004, so the whole mural scene has not erupted yet. So I went to school for fine art, hated it, did not like drawing vases for 4 hours a day. It was awful. So I got into fashion design, moved to LA, did fashion design for like 3 years. Just was not my scene. I don't like being around like uptight, catty women. And it was just like, it was the perfect storm. It was not going to last. I loved what I did, though, because I was designing leather jackets for Alice Cooper, Steven Tyler,
killer.
Metallica. It was really awesome.
That is amazing.
But I wasn't obsessed with it like I wanted to be with whatever I was going to do, and the money sucked. And then 2008 happened, and no one was hiring in the fashion industry. Everyone's laying people off. So that's when I moved to Georgia and became a physician recruiter.
Yeah.
And just left all the art behind, and it paid really well. Met some great lifelong friends, but I was miserable. Yeah. I knew there was no way I could do this for the long haul, and I was painting on the side, and people were buying some of my canvas paintings. I was always painting on the side. And then I painted my sister's nursery and painted one of her kids' rooms, and then my other sister's kids' room. And this is right when social media really took off with Instagram, right in the beginning when Instagram was actually great.
Yeah.
And then it's just started gaining some momentum, posting my work. And then I finally was getting enough work where I could quit my job. And then ever since then, it's just been traveling mural life.
I love it. I love it. Your just demeanor in life and the way you approach life from conversations we've had in the past is just, it's like refreshing, you know.
Good.
And it is tough sometimes. I think, you know, it's hard. You know, we deal a lot with musicians, and you know, they're working their jobs and, you know, working on their craft, and it kind of, you know, it kind of wears on your soul, like when you can't be doing what you want to do every day.
It's awful. It's life draining knowing that you're not mentally in it, you're getting paid well, and you go through all of these, should I quit the job? I'm not going to have guaranteed income. What am I going to do? Am I going to make it? What if this is a terrible decision, but what if I never do it?
Right.
Like, you have to do it. You have to. You can always go back and get the job.
Yeah.
Any job you want, but
absolutely,
you have to take the jump.
Right here, you heard it from Erica, folks. You got to follow that passion, you know.
You do.
It is. I mean, I think art is such, you know, to me though, like with some of the things you're doing as well, is, and it's like a billboard. You know, you've done these just amazing murals on the side of buildings, and the good news is, I mean, it's kind of, once you do that, you're also getting free advertising.
Exactly.
You know?
I'm getting paid to advertise, essentially, because I get to put my name on it, legible, big enough so everybody can see it. And that's how I get a lot of business, is people see the murals, they just Google my name, they can find me easily, and it's like a snowball. You just keep getting work. And there's dry spells for sure. Like wintertime can be challenging, definitely.
Well, you and George can pack up and go south.
That's right. Go south of the border.
That's right. I love it. So when you've been in Ohio for a bit, right? You're back now in Georgia, but you're in Ohio. Like, what was that? Just you were brought in by someone to do some work. You did the work, and then just kind of start networking locally. How does that?
Well, I'm from there originally,
Oh, okay.
So born and raised in Ohio. But I left Ohio when I was 21, moved to California. Then I was out there for like 3.5 years. Then moved to Georgia for 8 years, and then moved to Mexico. Lived in Mexico for about 2 years, and then came back to Georgia. No, went back to Ohio. I needed a reset after Mexico.
Right.
Needed to really hit the reset button for a minute. It was just a pivotal time of my life, we'll say.
That's awesome.
And so I went. That was the first time I lived back in my hometown since I left at 21, and I was 34 at the time when I went back. So it was great. It was bittersweet. I had a lot of resistance going back, but it was like the familiarity of it. My whole family lives there. My hometown just embraced me and my art, and I have the most murals in my hometown. And it was just one after the other. The work just did not stop. So I learned to love it, but I just can't stand the winter.
Yeah, winter's tough.
It's hard. So
it's so tough, because like I grew up here in Atlanta too, and like I've always like thought about moving somewhere and whatever. But like every time I go somewhere, travel, or go for work, and I come back, you just kind of like feel like, oh shit, you know, like this is home.
Yeah. And you got the good climate here too.
You want to, but you're like, it's home.
Yeah, you know? Georgia's a great state to be from, live, raise kids, family. The weather's great.
Yeah, I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm glad we got you back from Ohio.
I've made two loops. I'm on my second loop now. My third loop actually. I'm on my third loop.
Maybe it's meant to be.
Yeah, I think I'll be here for a while.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen like lately you've been doing a lot of kind of, I would call like portraits on athletes, Braves.
Yeah.
I saw some of the things you were doing with Chipper Jones, and it's crazy. Like I'm showing my kids like, look at this. I mean, look at this. Like, look at this. It's like, look. And so I mean, you'll see her art. We'll post some of your art up as well on this podcast. But So do you like doing the portrait, like the athlete kind of? I don't know if you call it. I don't know if that's called a portrait or
Yeah,
not. But
that's a portrait. If it's a human, it's a portrait,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I love it. I like all different styles of art. I did a lot of pop art when I first started in Atlanta, and I loved that because I love the bright colors and I like the simplicity of it. And then the portrait work is definitely more challenging, but I like the challenge. It's stimulating to my brain to do something different. It's harder. And I like trying to make every painting better than the last one.
The detail's insane. Like, it's insane. It looks like real. Like
Yeah.
it look, some things you see, you're like, oh yeah, that's really cool. But like when I was looking, I couldn't get over my kid finally, Dad, I get it. It's good, bud. Whatever. I mean, it's cool. It's good, but it's just the detail that you go through. Like, how long does something like that take if you're gonna just like from start to finish, and you're gonna, whatever you pick, a person, athlete, whatever. Like, how many hours do you think are in something like that?
Like the Braves paintings, because those were big. Those were definitely bigger. But when I have to hyper focus on one thing at a time. So if I'm doing like a graphic design project, I do Live Nation concert posters. That's what I've been doing. Did that all day yesterday. I cannot do anything else but just that. Yeah. And I can't dabble in painting and the poster graphic design stuff. I have to do one at a time and give all my attention. So if I'm painting, I get up really early in the morning, like 4:30 every day. Coffee, workout, paint all day. Just take my dog outside, short walks. I apologize. And then I go back up and just paint. And it'll take, I'd say those ones probably took 3 days each, about 3 full days each.
That's crazy. Even though the fact that you could do that in 3 days, like I have ADD or AD, whatever. I'm whatever, off, on spectrum, whatever. I don't know what it is, but somewhere.
I think we all kind of are a little bit.
Somewhere in there. Like, I couldn't. Like art, I drew Orville Redenbacher in my art class. Remember the popcorn guy?
Yeah.
And like, it was... I got an F in art, by the way, but like it was the only thing, and I don't know why. I have no idea why that dude resonated with me, and I could focus. But I drew him when I wish I had it because it was actually pretty good. And even my art teacher came to me, Miss Teedy, if you're out there, you gave me an F. So, I'm a nice guy.
Thought it was better.
Yeah, but like she didn't think I did it. Like she's like, you didn't do this. I'm like,
wow.
No, yeah, I really did. She's like, there's no way. Here's your other work. I'm like, I don't know why, but this guy, Orville Redenbacher, like, I got him down.
He spoke to you.
Yeah.
He really spoke to you.
Yeah.
There was a connection.
So the only good grade, I think you should probably give me a C on it or something. But that's it. Orville, thank you. Thank you for the C.
He was coming out of the box for you.
He actually was. I love that popcorn. So
It's great. It's the best. It's a childhood favorite.
So my past with art, I can't draw a stick figure, but so anyone that my sister growing up that I grew up with, she could paint.
Okay.
And she was pretty good at it.
So you got some artistic genes in there.
I'm more the thinker. Like I can see
you got the ideas.
I can see it and then give it to someone who's really talented to wrap it up. So.
See, I sometimes struggle just with the general idea, and I'll go to my parents because they've kind of become trained to be my second pair of eyes. Like they're not artistic per se, but I can show them something and say, what looks off about this? And I'll be like, I wonder if they're going to pick out that pinky finger that I know is off. But then they'll say, no, it's actually something with the ear is off. I'm like, oh, I thought the ear was great.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, now I have to do the pinky finger and the ear. But I always like having someone look and just say, like, does anything look weird to you? Or what would be a good idea for XYZ mural? Like, what comes to mind if someone says, the history of Atlanta, what would come to mind to you? Because what might come to mind to me is different than someone who's lived there their whole life or just looks at things just more general.
Right.
Where I might just go way deep end, like, it's like, no, that's a bad idea. It's just too weird for the
is
people.
It really? Maybe it's not.
Right?
But that's what art is.
Right?
I think art's lost some of that, right?
I know.
We're talking about that.
We've lost some weirdness and some pushing of the of comfort zones, which I experienced last year, big time.
You want to talk about that? I'm ready to dive in.
I'll blow
if
the
you
lid
want
off.
To.
Yeah.
Blow it off.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go. We're in the McBastard studio. The company's called Salty Motherfucker. No one cares. Let's go.
Right.
If you're offended, great. We intend to offend you.
It worked.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, last year it was a very interesting year with the Trump shooting attempts. I painted a portrait of Trump the night it happened. And I've never been super into politics. And I think a lot of people would assume artists are liberals.
Right.
And to be honest, this was the first year I've ever voted in my life.
Wow.
And I've come a long way from just
congratulations.
being...
You picked the right person.
Thank you. I did. I feel strong about my decision. And I waited till the right opportunity because I think I was just buried in ignorance of also just trying to survive, being in school. My mind was not in politics at all. It was just like, things work, I'm getting paid. I don't have time to go into the depths of politics, religion, none of it. It was just, I've just been like survival mode. So,
Which is 98% of the people.
Yeah, for sure. But 2020 happened and then things were real. I went into every rabbit hole, every conspiracy rabbit hole. I just was glued to my screens. The Project Paperclip, all of it, reading books. I was just obsessed. And it's fascinating because it's just like everything you thought you knew is turned upside down on its head. So, so yeah, I did a painting of Trump last year, and it just raised hell on every platform. And the pinnacle moment was a mural that I painted in Atlanta 8 years ago. It was for this dance studio, and I painted a dance-themed mural for their studio. And they saw my Trump painting, and they were just appalled, offended, immediately put me in this like racist, homophobic category.
That's where everyone goes. If someone doesn't, like what your belief is, that's where you go.
Yeah, you're a racist,
you're a homophobe.
and you're a homophobe.
Yeah,
so I was just like, what? And the weird thing is that the girl that hired me, we used to work together in the physician recruiting. Like, we were friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you know me. Like, what's going on? I reached out to her. She didn't respond. I'm like, okay. Okay.
Yeah. All right,
Made your
bitch.
voice clear.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So, they were asking for fundraising from the community to cover the cost of painting over the mural. Which
had nothing to do with Trump.
I know.
Anyways,
Like,
it wasn't even
covering up
related.
your own billboard. Yeah. Like, that's really dumb.
There's some dumbasses in the world, and I think when you get to a point, I'm old, I don't care anymore anyways, but you get to a point and you almost either have to laugh or feel sorry for people that they're so like ideologically off center, like just out of whack.
I think it's selfish and egoic that like, I think it's just people with a really strong, I'm right, you're wrong. And it's like, no, I'm just sharing my belief.
It's called art.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember the artists were allowed to do whatever they wanted.
We
need
are.
to get back. Yeah, you need to do some more weird shit. Let's do some weird shit.
I know. I thought I'd get ripped apart for painting Jesus.
Yeah.
That was when I'm like, all right, here we go. Yeah. Like, let's crucify me now.
Yeah.
And people were really cool about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, go into politics,
people are insane. I mean, everyone just for a moment. A past president of the United States was almost assassinated on live TV.
It was
I don't give a shit if you like him or not.
Right.
A president was almost assassinated everybody should be appalled. Like, you should be, holy shit, what?
Right, not wish him death and say, "Oh, I'm sorry you missed." Like, that's sick.
Those are the nice people. The people that are wishing him death are the good people.
God, I mean, we're just there's a disease in this country.
Absolutely.
In the world. I mean,
Absolutely.
I lost so many friends. I got brutally attacked, and it was just like, you know what? This is good practice to take some heat. Because normally I paint very safe things. I'm painting celebrities, musicians, whatever. This is definitely the hottest topic of like.
But you know what that does? What it does is just because someone screams the loudest doesn't mean they're right. And behind that, there's a lot of people that's sitting back, like taking everything in and I bet you got a lot of business after
I
that.
did. I did. I
So
sold
I
a
would
lot
say-
of work.
Thank you to the naysayer, moron, ideology, crazy people. What happens is sometimes when you draw attention to someone for something that you don't believe in, there's a whole group of people, millions maybe, that like that. And so
Right.
it's free advertising.
It was good
So
press.
feel free to slander me and Salty MF all over the network. Please do it. Please do it. This Brad Banyas guy's an asshole. Please spread the word. Because what happened is we started this Span Groupies thing. I told you that.
Right.
And we were in a particular area, and some people bent out of shape that, like, I guess they didn't like the fact what we were doing. I guess how dare we spend our own money to write an app for musicians to better their
Who would
life
not
and
like
musician.
that?
No, I know, but it got silly, very similar to, not as bad as what that was, but it was
Wow.
silly. And then what happened was, after that in that area, by the way, thank you, because we got about 250 signups. Appreciate the negativity. Love it. Bring some more. My point in that is, like, sometimes people think they're getting their voice off, they're getting their point off. And reality is, there's a lot of people that really don't like what you're saying.
Right.
They're just not coming out and voicing it. you
Right.
know?
They're not coming to your defense, which
Absolutely.
I was actually surprised. A lot of people did come to my defense. A lot of people, I mean, there was plenty of hatred, plenty of people who surprised me of like, wow, really? Like, you know me. Some of my own friends that are in the gay community, I'm just like, really? We've been friends for years.
Right.
Nothing has changed. I painted painting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get over it.
Yeah.
And I
it's-
happen to like the guy too.
Yeah, so
So-
what? Well, you know what? All this, democracy shit and whatever. Hey, look, this is America. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. I mean,
Exactly.
we've
Go to Venezuela,
You don't like
see
the
how it works.
Yeah, Venezuela, great place, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, my point in that is, I don't want to get too much in the Constitution and all that stuff, but freedom of speech is for everyone. It's funny to see in the 60s and how stuff moves and kind of how one party moves to the total opposite. The other party comes in the middle.
We've reversed roles. The Republicans are the Democrats now.
It's strange.
Completely flop.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't like either party, so I'm a constitutionalist.
There's
So
some
I'm
problems.
a constitutionalist.
Yeah.
So, and I think that the division in our country is done, I think, intentionally through
Oh, for
propaganda.
sure,
And you talk
for
about
sure.
rabbit holes.
Yeah.
So-
The news, all of it. It's so
Absolutely.
all the way to like fluoridated water and
Absolutely,
just-
it's good for you. We had a bunch of it in the Navy left over. Let's put it in the water.
right.
Put it in toothpaste.
I
It's
was
good
looking
for
at you for a second. I'm like, wait a second.
No, it's not good for you.
Like,
It was a
there's no way.
joke.
There's no way he thought that.
Humor. That's one thing I think it's died. Humor's dead.
Sarcasm.
So it's
God,
dead.
yeah, let's bring back sarcasm.
Please.
Yeah. We
Just,
need it.
give me shit. If you don't like my shirt or whatever, it's cool. I'll be all right.
Right.
I'm not going to, I'm not going to go
We're
take it.
too sensitive. This country's gone soft.
Yeah.
Everybody has a problem. Everyone's getting their feelings hurt. It's insane.
I love you,
It needs
by
to
the way.
stop.
I absolutely love you. I think you're amazing.
I love you
So,
too,
I
man.
mean, I think
You're a great
amazing.
dude.
You're amazing.
Great combo. I'm
Amazing.
enjoying it.
I love strong women. I love strong women with their belief system, what they want to do. And I mean, that's amazing. The world tries to, and strong dudes are just as good. You don't have to bow to anyone, whether you're a female to a male to a female. Be strong in your character and your beliefs and be who the hell you are.
Yeah.
Just be who
Yeah.
the hell you are.
Know
right?
thyself. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry I went off on that rant.
Yeah, no,
so.
it's all good. Because they can go the extreme opposite with the extreme feminism
Yeah.
and demasculization.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That's
right.
a big word.
Demasculization. That's
Yeah,
right.
of men.
It's
So
happened.
We need to find like a nice balance again. I think.
It's true. I mean, it's our nature. It's, now we've evolved. Well, we haven't really evolved. I always tell the story, gets laughed because I'm still picking dog shit up in my yard with a bag. So I have not evolved. But by the way, like we think we've evolved into such amazing creatures. Well, read Socrates, read Marcus Aurelius, read the Stoics, read whatever. 2,000 years plus ago, They're talking about the same things we're talking about. It's the same.
We've got a
things.
long way to go.
Yeah.
It's kind of embarrassing. We should be farther along.
You think we should?
Yeah, I think we should.
I don't know. I just think we.
Just some basic things like let's stop poisoning our food. Like, can we just
That
go
might
back
be a
to
good
real
idea.
food, like hunting and gathering? Let's just like eliminate all of the big processed food plants and go hunt your food and see how you do.
I'm pretty
Have
good
a
at
garden and get a gun.
I'm good at that. I can do that.
I haven't gone hunting, but I would like to.
You like my daughter was not a really big. Sorry, Maddie, if I bring you out and bring you into this shit. Sorry, you're related to me, so tough. But she's not really a big hunter either. But we took her pheasant hunting one time. Okay. And she loved the experience. So she got a couple birds, and she's like, I love this experience, whatever. But I don't like, and it's fine. You know, it's real.
It's how we should be doing it.
It's just the way it is. You know, it is what it is. And I'm proud of you for doing what you want to do and doing a great job. I mean, she's amazing, by the way. I mean, we're going to put some of her work up. But, like, what are the things do you like doing? Are the murals your favorite thing to do? Is that, like, what you would say? If I had to paint today, it would be a mural? Or do you like the portraits or...
I like both because they're so different. Like, I like being at home in my peaceful place. I'll listen to podcasts or listen to audiobooks. I listen to audiobooks. That's my jam. And just paint and get completely lost and just have the comfort of being at home. I can paint at any hour I want. It's just really cushy and nice.
I like it.
But then I love the thrill of being 4 stories up high.
I was just about to say, I've seen you on some ladders, like, and you're like, oh shit, like.
Yeah, I like the machinery, and it's just playtime. Like, murals are like, it like brings out the kid in me. I just get to play, and I can't believe people are paying me to do this on their building.
Well, you're good.
But, yeah.
I mean, you're good, so.
It's fun. Yeah, so they're different. I like the thrill of the murals. I like the travel, meeting new people at every job site. I really like that, just getting the community excited, people stopping, asking questions and stuff. So I like that a lot. Yeah.
Wow, look at that person that's just been ostracized. Look at the things that just came out of her mouth. Now, does that sound like a villain? Shame on you. Shame on you. Well, you've got to read this book, and I'm going to say it, and everyone gets tired of it. You have to read The Creature from Jekyll Island.
I downloaded that a few weeks ago, actually. Is that the one, the Federal Reserve?
Yeah.
Who's that by? Carl Sagan?
I can't remember the guy's name. It was 70s.
Is it Carl Sagan?
No, I don't know if it was written in the 70s. He was like a financial journalist.
Okay.
But anyways, so all you people out there, you will go on a watch list, but you need to download The Creature from Jekyll Island and read about what's going on right now with our debt and the playbook and how it works, because it's not new.
Oh, I need to get on. I need to
It's
pick
not.
that
Wait,
book up.
hold on. You need to do it. Anyways, I'm sorry to bring that back.
No, it's good. I love a good book recommendation. Yeah. I live for books. I don't have a TV. I haven't had a TV in 7 years. So all I do is just listen to books.
That's great. So the TV. I'm not every now and then I'm a sports guy. I guess I like college football. So
makes sense.
I know your parents.
I got into the westerns. The 1883, 1923, the Yellowstone. I love that stuff.
Yeah. Well, the scenery, just where they're filming it too, is like that's to me was something.
Have you been out there before?
Mm-mm.
Montana?
No.
Dude, you gotta go.
Is it awesome?
You gotta go. Yeah, I watched a few episodes of Yellowstone, and I always wait till after the show comes out so I can binge.
Right.
And I'm like, what's all the hype with this show? I'm not gonna like it. And I watched a few. I'm like, I am hooked. And then I planned a solo camping trip, drove out to Montana. I had a client reach out, and he wanted some paintings, and he lives in Jackson Hole. So I'm like, great, I'm just going to do the paintings, and I'm going to drive him out, deliver them, and I'm going to camp and sleep in my car for like 2 weeks, and just went all over, and it is just beautiful out there.
Did you do any landscape like paintings or?
No, I didn't paint once while I was there. I want to be
just taking it
like
in. Paul
Bunyan and just chill, be in the forest, make
Have you ever
a campfire.
fly fished?
No, but I grew up fishing like up in Michigan on the lake, in doing salmon fishing, but I've not done fly
You do
fishing.
fly fishing. I can
It'd
see
be
you
fun.
fly. I think you would enjoy that.
I think I would. I'll need to give it a try.
You would like that. George could just sit on the bank
Yeah.
and sun.
Good.
I'm just kind of sad that you didn't bring George in.
I know.
We'll bring him in next time.
Yeah.
We'll bring him in next time.
Yeah. I'll make sure he goes to the bathroom first.
Well, if you were talking to anyone that wanted to be, because you're a professional in the profession of being a muralist or artist, like creator, like what advice would you give them? Like to obviously you'd made some things about you didn't like doing what you were doing. It was part of what you were, but like what advice would you give someone that says they're 18, they're getting ready to go into art school, or they're 20? Like, what advice would you give them?
Don't go to art school. That's the biggest scam ever.
I love it.
College, I think, is one of the biggest scams. Unless you're going into a field that you want to do for life. You want to be a dentist. You want to be a doctor, lawyer, whatever. Go get your degree. Fluoride? Do it. Yeah. Sure. No fluoride. But otherwise, I think people need to graduate high school and go get a job. See what you like to do. Don't immediately go into college. Like, I got a 4-year associate's degree with $150,000 student loan debt.
Wow.
Like, why are people encouraging this? I don't know. And also, I was in a different time where I think more people are awake to stuff now, where people might question going to school. So I would just say, just paint, just do whatever you're doing in the art that you like to do. Just create, put it on social media. You have free advertising. Social media wasn't around when I was first getting started, so you get free advertising. And if you want to get into murals, go offer your services to someone for free. Right. And just get your feet wet, and then it just snowballs. You don't need a degree. Right. You do not need, especially with YouTube, you can teach yourself anything. And if you want to practice on your walls at home. You can paint your walls at home, and then paint over it and start over again. So I just say, just create. Don't go to college. I kind of agree. As someone who went to 5 colleges. Is that nicotine?
Yeah, is that right?
I knew it, yes.
Do you want one? Is it Chuck Schumer? Chuck Shimmy. Actually, it's Salty Stool Pod now, but it was the Fuck Chuck 10. But because Shimmy was trying to ban nicotine and Zen, but sorry, Shimmy.
They're all trying to do that right now. They're saying that nicotine will be completely gone in like 10 years.
Why? It's amazing.
Because it's good for you. They don't want you to be healthy. And I think there's something, you should look up Dr. Brian Arndts. He's blown a lot of whistles about the COVID sham and nicotine also. And he's a big proponent of using nicotine if you're ever sick, if you get COVID, anything. Put a nicotine patch on or chew the pouches.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, so for years I was a big tobacco person, and really I thank my kids for turning me on to nicotine, because they're like, Dad, this is terrible for you. Like but yeah, I just, I'm probably addicted to it, but I have that kind of personality. So
do I.
But the reality of it is, it does. They say neurons in your brain fire more. They can see, like, when you have nicotine, and it's funny because, I don't care either way. If you want to smoke a cigarette, smoke a cigarette. The filters are what is really causing the cancer. So wrap your own cigarette, get some clean tobacco. Maybe you'll die sooner, but whatever, enjoy it. Most people that I knew that were like heavy smokers, a lot of them were like really highly intelligent, and their mind was crazy.
And they're still alive.
And it was crazy.
A lot of them are, yeah.
And so I always used to think, like,
there's something to that.
What is this? So yeah, I'm a huge nicotine. That's why we made these. We literally made these. My kids were like, "Hey, can you make these things for Salty?"
Is it like magnetic cover?
Yeah, it sticks. So it's waterproof and all that. But most people are using it not only for their pouches for nicotine, but they're storing some gummies or. Maybe a few blunts or something there. So it's legal in some places. So yeah,
it's not legal here though, right?
I don't know. I think no, just pure. I think they did all the Delta 9. That's changing. We had Georgia Hemp Company on here. They're a really good company. We've had several people with the THC drinks on. 9 Dot was on. I don't know.
Did they ban it in Georgia? Did they reverse the bill?
Something came out. I'm not an expert in it, so. I'm not a really like I'm not a fun guy if I smoke weed. I'm like laying on the floor
I
looking
had
for
my
a bag
heyday.
of Cheetos.
It goes
Shut
hand
up,
in
Zach.
goes hand in hand with with the artist stereotype. But now I can't go out in public.
Yeah.
It's not enjoyable.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm
not.
just like, how did I use all day, every day?
Because everybody, it's just when we were in
But
college.
they make it too strong now.
Yeah.
It's different now. If it was just like the good old brown seedy.
Absolutely. Came from Bubba's field.
Yes.
Bubba grew some good weed. Yeah, now all the synthetic and the crazy stuff they do, it's nuts. I went into a dispensary, I don't know, we were in L.A., and Zach. And anyway, so the guy's in there, and he's like, we got this flower. And I'm like, dude, what are y'all talking about? Like, this one's some weed like from like 1980 and like that kind. I don't want to go to like Mars or anything. I don't want to see purple people. And the guy's like laughing. He's like, no, there's really not like anything like that anymore, man. I'm like, yeah, so.
Yeah, there's no mild anything. It's all supersized and
Absolutely.
supercharged. And then to think that everybody is smoking that stuff around us is like, should you really be driving a car?
Yeah.
Like, should you have a child?
Absolutely. It'd probably be better if I had 30 beers and drove than smoked a joint and drove.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of scary, but
10 miles an hour. Oh, the speed limit's not 10 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know how we're getting on this stuff, but anyways.
Because of the nicotine.
Yeah, nicotine, my bad. But,
The
and I'm
nicotine
cool,
is not
I'm cool with it. I'll
the
tell you some
demon.
mushroom stories that'll really blow your mind. But So we're in the McBastards. It's okay.
I know. It's a safe place.
It's
a
okay.
safe place.
You're in the safe tree or the.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're in the safe room.
Same fruit.
Yeah.
So.
I'm glad to see you like the nicotine. That's
Yeah.
good. I think more people need to know about it.
Absolutely.
And not have it be demonized. Because it's a nutrient. It's not a chemical. It's a nutrient. Like
My favorite kind of salt.
Salt?
There's salt in there, yeah. The little nicotine
Really?
salts, yeah.
I haven't heard of this.
So a lot of things is, so people that are on, I have a lot of friends that like they're on all kinds of like, I guess you class them like antidepressants or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, just try this. And a lot of them weed it off,
With the nicotine?
Yeah.
Really?
Now, I'm not a doctor, so I don't have a PhD in anything. I'm not a doctor, but I'll take a look. But, that several of them have said that it helps, specifically calm them.
Wow.
Calm them down.
Okay. And also just not having too much sugar, I think, is a huge cause of so many problems.
Well, I mean, look at us getting all health and health.
Do you do carnivore? Or no?
So we've done some work with Carnivore Snacks. Have you ever had their stuff? Carnivore Snacks, the call out free. We'll bill you next week. It's kind of like, I won't say it's like jerky. It's almost like a chip thing.
Is it like carnivore crisps?
Carnivore Snacks.
Okay.
They're really good. But we've been around, obviously, Charles Mayfield, Life, best skincare in the world.
Hi, Charles.
The lard works in mysterious ways.
Yes, it
Charles,
does.
you're the man. We've got involved with all these people, and so I've heard of the carnivore diet and all that, but I'm one of these people. I'm just kind of moderation.
Yeah.
Like I just, I don't. Well, I say that, but if you put a gallon of ice cream in front of me, I'll crush it. I'm done.
Same. But
So-
I mean, technically, it's kind of carnivore. It's an animal product.
Yeah, milk, whatever. But yeah, I don't know a ton about carnivore, but I know people that have done it, and they swear by it. It makes sense. I mean, it's funny to hear people starting. That's why I don't listen too much to the health community because, 1 minute fluoride's good
It's
for you. So
too
your
dogmatic.
toothpaste helps your teeth, whatever. I mean, you never know. But to
Yeah.
me, as close as you can get to nature, right? Just
Right.
like you were saying,
Right.
as close as you can get growing your own tomatoes, growing your own cucumbers, whatever it is, processing your own meat if you have the ability to do it. I think the reason people don't do that is because, technically if you're going to do that, you need to know how to, cut the animal up, how to,
Right.
get rid
Time.
of it. Yeah,
We're in a modern
time, stuff like that, and it's kind of weird if your dad's home, carving up the deer or whatever in the sink, you're like, hey, Dad, are you okay? Are you psycho? What's going on?
Right.
But yeah, I think the closest you can get to, natural is probably always good for you.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and you look like you're in good shape, so you're
doing
you're-
good.
You're working all the time, probably. So you're out painting. You're active.
Yeah.
You do anything? You like to hike or anything like that?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I like to hike. I do.
Look at me
I
getting
work
all
out
personal.
at home.
Like, man, you don't have to. I'm shit. I mean,
I'm not offended if you ask me if I like to go on a hike.
I don't know. You know, what the hell's going on?
I do. I like to go to. I just discovered the Etowah River Park.
Oh yeah.
Love that place. I go there like almost every day. I love to. I'm a simple exerciser.
Yeah.
Walking, use your own body
Yeah.
strength or resistance.
Right.
Arm weights, squats. I'm a big fan of squats.
You would like I used to hike a ton up in North Georgia and stuff, and up above Suches, there's some great trails.
Okay.
Like right outside Dahlonega. So if
Yeah.
you're into that.
Yeah.
But it's awesome.
I'll check it
You
out.
coming in here to confirm LA stuff or what? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Zach Sweat, folks. That's Zach Sweat behind the camera.
I'm Jamie. I'm his Jamie.
Well, anything you want to tell just the audience? Tell them like how to. I mean, obviously you're on Instagram, your art's on YouTube or whatever it is. But if someone wants to engage you for anything, a portrait, a mural, like how do they get in touch with you? And just tell them about your process and how you do it.
Yeah. You can find me on social media, Erica Arndts. It's a hard name to spell and say, so we'll write it somewhere so they can just Google me and you'll find me on the different platforms. Email me. If you find my phone number, you can call me.
Yeah. She's not giving that out.
I won't.
Okay, don't do it. There's some creepy dudes on her stuff.
are,
They're like,
unfortunately.
there's some creepy people watching her stuff.
Or the haters. I don't want to get any crazies.
Just direct the
But
hate to me, Brad Banya, 678, blah, blah, blah.
I've got George to keep me protected. So, and I'll paint anything. I've been asked to paint guitars, vehicles, boats, buildings, anything. I mean, if you can imagine it, I can probably paint it. There's nothing I won't paint. I can paint anything from landscapes to people to animals, pet portraits, anything. Logos. I love painting a good
logos?
logo. I do. I enjoy it.
Well, I want you to do some stuff with us around, because you're talking about like Live Nation. And so, shameless plug, but we're in our studio. With our Salty's Live Music and our band groupies, we're doing a lot of things. Like we have this brand called the Goatful Dad. And the whole idea behind it was kind of incorporate our goats into kind of, old school music designs and things like that. And I would love for you to do that. Call out to Nothing Shaken, Brett Whitley. He's done a lot of our designs in there. He's an awesome guy. But we are getting really involved in this, and I just think it'd be really cool to do some things with your original art, because you're famous and we're not. So
I wouldn't go that far. But you could also think about live painting. I do live painting at concerts.
So just tell me,
have you ever been to Park Tavern in Piedmont Park?
Mm-mm.
Really? Seriously? And you're from Atlanta?
I'm hiding. I'm hiding place. People think I'm out in front. Okay. I'm really the guy hiding.
He's in hiding. Okay.
So.
Well, they used to have, it's a great restaurant, event venue right at Piedmont Park. And when I was living down there, when I quit my physician recruiting job, I went and waited tables, which it was a great time, and I'm a terrible waitress. That is one thing I should never do again, ever. So they knew that I painted, and they're like, you should paint live during our concerts. So they set up a little stage for me, put strobe lights on me, and we would have every Sunday there would be live music. And they would get big name people in there, and I would just paint live. I would do if it was a country musician, I would paint Merle Haggard or Willie Nelson or somebody that would fit the theme of the music, or if they were really well known, I would just paint them. And people love to watch people paint. It's just like Bob Ross in action.
I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, let's see the Bob Ross, but it's you. It's Erica Arndts. You just paint. I love it. I would just say, I would just come off the wall with crazy shit. I can come up with the ideas and you could paint. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That
Take
would be
something
amazing.
off my plate.
Well,
come
if
up
you
with the
ever want to
idea?
come to one of we're at Fetch Park, Buckhead this weekend
Okay.
for our first concert, Salty's Off the Leash.
Okay.
So thank you to Stephen Ox at Fetch Park for hosting us. We have Hush Money. I wore my Hush Money shirt, the original Hush Money shirt. Past our prime, a guy named Nick Elliott and Lon Ray. He's an R&B guy here in Atlanta. And so we're putting on our first mini concert.
Sweet.
So hopefully that's Saturday 1 to 4 at Buckhead, at Fetch Park Buckhead. Hopefully the rain stays away.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, we'll hope for that.
so if you're bored and you want to just come see, you can bring George.
Really?
Yeah, it's a dog park.
Really?
Yeah, you've never heard of Fetch Park? They have
No.
like 8 or 9 of those around Atlanta, and it's like a
Really?
membership.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Stephen Ox was an ex professional baseball player who played at Florida State. He had dog. He loves his dog, so he wanted to build kind of an experience, right, where you could come and watch. They have big screen TVs. They have the old Airstreams, like a
Oh,
bar.
cool.
So it really just turned it into kind of like a dog park /
Hangout, restaurant.
social,
or
kind of social
food and
gathering, and
drink.
he's just done an amazing job, and
Wow.
it's very good to us to try to highlight local artists
Yeah.
at their parks. So
Okay. Well, me and George
yeah,
will
so-
have to check
yeah,
it out.
George can make some buddies.
Definitely. Yeah.
But I don't know if they have one in Canton, but there's a call out to Fetch Park. We got to do it. We got to help our partners out.
Yeah.
And by the way, Fetch Park. So I have Erica here, and she is a muralist, and that you have art all over your fences at all your parks. I think you should engage Erica, and I will make that introduction,
Totally.
Stephen, after, because they do have some similar type art stuff, and I don't know who's doing that.
Okay. Yeah.
But you're going to do ours there.
Totally.
That's right.
I'm going to be the house artist.
That's right. If
The
there's
resident artist.
no one else puts a brush on that fence unless
right.
it's Erica. So, well, you've been amazing, and I mean, your life to me, you could write a book, and you probably should do that at some point.
I'd have to make it anonymous.
That's
An
all right.
anonymous author.
That's okay. You can have a, I don't know, you can have a fake name, you can have a
I
writer's
would.
name.
I would have an alter ego name.
Yeah, I think
To
that would
share
be,
it all. To really go to the depths of an artist's life.
Well, I mean, shit, let it out if you want. I mean, we've already pissed people off, so who cares? I mean, we're at this point. Let's make them really mad. Let's make them stew. Let's make
I
them.
think we covered some good ground. We
You
definitely
did.
covered
You
some
did.
good
You
ground.
don't have
Yeah,
to do
there's
that.
artists are weird. We are a weird bunch. We're different. You have to wear that black sheep mentality with pride,
Yeah.
which I think it's easier to do now versus when I was growing up or even in college, knowing that you like to do art or whatever. It just wasn't like cool necessarily. But now I feel like everything is accepted.
Yeah, it's to me too. In the age of the internet and AI and all these tools now that can, hey, create something for me, create this canvas for me, make it look.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I think we're going to go back to a society where we want that actually human connection, and we literally want to know the artist, the person, there's some connection between them, what this has created. It makes it more special.
Right.
I mean, this is cool. I mean, I love it. Ad Norma's good job.
It is
But
really
it'd be
cool.
cool, if that was a mural, you did that,
Yeah.
right? Because it's part of your expression coming out. And I'm not, you hear me talking about art. I mean, I kind of love art, but I'm not really an artist or anything like that. But I appreciate it because it is a skill. I mean, it's amazing how you can see the detail that you see and put that on canvas. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
It is
absolutely
crazy. We're all a little crazy.
I'm crazy,
Yeah.
by the way. I'm a nut. So
Definitely.
if you haven't figured that out yet, but it's okay. It's all right. Well, I think you're amazing. Erica Arndts, everybody get out there and you'll find her if you type in her name and see some of her artwork. We'll try to get some things from you
Cool.
that you want us to highlight in this, and we'll put it, this will go out on YouTube and Spotify and all that good stuff. But you have anything else to say, that you want to say?
I think just stay groovy and carry on.
Stay groovy and carry on. That's our next T by Erica. Stay groovy and carry on, all you Salty MFers. Well, Salty Nation, that's it. You're listening to the Salty MF Go podcast with Erica Arndts. Thank you for listening. Go check her out. And definitely, if you've got some projects coming up, she's amazing. and her work will speak for itself. Not some hairy guy like me have to give her any credibility. She does not need me, folks, at all. So, Erica, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very much.